Dragon fruit, it is in the family of cactus. The cactus is there very many, and many people when they come here, say, why are you growing cactuses? But it is in the family of cactus. It is one of the most nutritious fruit because you eat it with its seeds. You know, in the fruit, nutrients are concentrated more in the seeds more than the pulp. Wow, we enjoy the pulp much, but nutrients are more in the seeds. So any fruit that you eat with its seeds, it is more nutritious. So it is from Mexico, the sides of Mexico, I think, but they do eat more in Vietnam. Vietnam, those are Asian countries, those are, but they do eat more in Vietnam. So planting it, given that it is a climbing crop, it needs support. And given that it can last more than 15 years, you can harvest on it more than 15 years. So you need a planting material or a pole that is strong enough, one, that can take it up to that time, two, that can hold the weight. It is too heavy when it grows, and when it has fruits, still it becomes more heavy. So how we do it, we use concrete poles, but we have been currently trying to see if the palm tree, which is the Nkoma, if it can work, but it has not yet been very successful. We are noticing a lot of weaknesses, but maybe it is due to maybe it was young, how it was planted. So we are viewing all aspects because the palm tree, the Nkoma, is a bit cheaper, almost you cut the cost by 90%. Because if you are getting the Nkoma at 5,000 and the concrete pole will take almost 50,000. So you see the cost is reduced almost by 90. So we want to see how does this Nkoma work, because most of people are fear to enter into it because the cost of starting it is high given the planting materials. So when we use a concrete pole with 4 iron bars, those iron bars help us to now hold the tire on top, because this fruit only fruits when it is facing down. So it has to lean so that it can fruit, and the leaning point should be a material that doesn't attract heat, so that, because if it attracts heat, then it will burn it. So that's how we plant it, and then you keep on tying it until it develops. It has hairy roots that it attaches itself. So you keep tying it until it develops those roots. When they are developed, then it climbs itself. So when it gets up, then you cut off the tip so that it can bring more branches and it stops now going up. When you cut the tip, then it starts the new branches, they will face down. Those are the ones that will give us now the fruits. From planting it up to fruiting, if you have planted a rooted seedling, it will take 1 year. I've shown you the garden which we planted in October, and now we are going to start harvesting because it has fruited already. So from planting it, if you have planted the rooted seedling, it will take 1 year. Those are 12 months. Then if you have rooted, you use the cutting, it might take around 18 months. That's roughly 1.5 years. And when you start to harvest, when it starts to flower, from the flower up to the fruit, it takes 45 days. So, and when we start harvesting, it is continuous, at least every after 2 months. So you can say we can harvest probably 60 times in a year. Actually, this is what I always tell people, because they're like lookalikes. So if you can't get a seedling from a practicing farmer, eh, it is very easy for you to buy something which is not that, and you take care of it, and at the end of the day it will not fruit. So buy seedlings from trusted sources where people are actually practicing it, because you might get something wrong and at the end of the day you lose all the money. So I advise farmers to get seedlings from certified maybe nursery beds, or from certified farmers who have even the gardens. You can see the fruit, then you buy. These people who go to buy cows, they want to see the mother and the performance of the mother so that they can buy the offsprings. So that is the same way. Now we have three varieties or three types. There are many varieties, but there are three types. We have the red fresh. It has a lot of varieties in the red fresh. So we have the white fresh. So the red fresh is red outside and red inside. The white fresh is red outside but white inside. The pulp is white. Then we have the yellow fresh. It is yellow outside and white inside. So those are the main types. Then these ones have very many varieties. Red, you can see it has around 20 varieties. They are all red. There are so many varieties in the red aspect, and there are so many varieties in the white aspect, in the white type. There are so many varieties in the yellow one. But all these varieties, they carry different nutrients. There are some people, some doctors will recommend the red one, others will recommend the white one, others will recommend the white one according to the deficiency that you have. But it is better to eat all of them if you happen to find them. Now, when you're planting, let's say you're planting an acre. So an acre requires 450 poles because we use 10 by 10, 10 feet by 10. So if you're doing 10 by 10, some do 8 by 8, but all it doesn't differ a lot. So 10 by 10 in an acre, you will need around 450 poles. So on each pole, because it has four sides, so we put a seedling. So each pole will carry four seedlings. So an acre will now take 1,800 seedlings. That is the plantation of 10 by 10. But there's the new way we are introducing as we have been testing these incomas. So there is another way that I've seen in Brazil. They're planting them in line. Like you see, even the way they are planting coffee, they are planting them in line. So even these ones, they are planting them in line because in Uganda we have a culture of planting one here, another one there, that 10 by 10. So that's how you get to 450 poles. But when you're planting them in line, it takes more seedlings and you get more harvest. So I also want to start that one. Even given that we want to use Zincoma, and in this straight line, you put different poles, and they're all supporting each other. So when one has weakened, you can remove it without affecting the whole system and replace it with another one because there are others also supporting. But in this one, when it falls completely. Yeah, so this is the other way we want to use when you're using the Nkoma because they're not durable to take you up to 15 years. So when one weakens, at least there's another one to support. So you remove the weak one and put another one. So I want to try that system. Maybe by next year when you come, you will find it when you have completed it. So in an acre, you'll need, according to that planting of 10 by 10, you'll need 1,800 seedlings. And currently, we are selling a rooted seedling that, like these ones, you'll see, they're in the bed, they're already mature. So already they have taken around 3 months. So when you plant them, they'll just continue. There'll be no more time wasted. So this one we sell it at 25,000. Then we also sell cuttings because for us we get cuttings like you've seen from the nursery to the bed, from the mother garden to the bed. Then from the bed we sell as rooted seedling with roots. But if you want cuttings from the mother gardens, that one we sell at 20. So we can give you the cutting itself. So you go and put them in the nursery, or you can even put them directly, and they start. So the cutting is the one that will take 18 months. This rooted one will take around 12 months. So what you should think about first, choose a land that is not waterlogged. So the Chisenyi things might not work for us, and don't plant in areas where there's a lot of rain. because this is a cactus, it is a desert plant, it doesn't need a lot of water. Yes, it needs water, but not a lot. So if water is a lot, it will destroy it. Secondly, look at a flat land which is flat, not hilly. Eh? Then, even if the land has no nutrients, you can add in manure. You can support them with manure. Actually, by the time I started dragon fruits, I didn't even know that there is a market, because I liked it as an individual, because I was in Turkey, then came with it. But after people knowing that we have dragon fruits, they are getting it from the farm. We have orders on flowers. How many do you expect to get? We expect to get this. Because now currently, if we have many, we are supplying Carrefour. When you go to Carrefour, you can find them. If we have less, then we take it to Nakasero and these other people who are doing orders. They have even started making dragon fruit juice on weddings. There's some guy who's sometimes we harvest many, and maybe we've had less orders. So those that are left that are not sold, he takes them and makes juice out of them. So here currently we are selling at 15,000 per kg. 2 to 3 fruits can make a kg. So now a kg at farm gate price is 15,000. But when you go to Nakasero, a piece is 10,000. When you go to Carrefour, you can pass by. A kilo is at 28,000. And if we don't have, they are now importing from South Africa. There are some guys who are importing it from South Africa. But I think as we get more farmers, we'll be able now to sustain the market without importing from South Africa. Yes, according to our experience now, from one pole you can get 20 to 30 fruits, but we take a minimum of 20. That is every after 2 months. Yes. So when we did that calculation for every after 2 months, those are six time harvest in a year. We came to it was 18 tons per year that you can get from 1 acre, and 18 tons, that is 18,000 kilograms. So time was 15,000 per kg.